Okay, good evening, traders. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever part of the world you are joining us from for this live. You are highly welcome. We're going to go straight to the point. Last time we are on live, we discussed about currency pairs and talked about key levels, and then we reviewed some trades that we are looking to trade for the week. In today's section, we'll be talking about Deriv synthetics. For those of you who are not actually conversant, who doesn't know about synthetics trading and how to go about opening accounts and probably trading it, and why you should also consider looking into synthetics as well. So Deriv synthetics in general is a kind of asset that has simulated. Okay, they are simulated in the sense that it does not have any kind of real world volume of buying and sellers, just like kind of a country transaction. So it's a kind of a computerized simulated market that runs 24/7. Okay, so and it is not influenced by economic news like fundamental news, just as we always see in the forex market. Okay, so it's not affected by news or anything, so it moves based on levels of demand and supply. So it mimics the real market, which is of course is the forex market, the stock market, and also the forex, the stock market. That is what it mimics. So it simulates the real market. Okay, so everything that happens on the real market also happens on synthetics. Okay, so one of the platforms that you can use to trade synthetics is Deriv. Okay, so we have other platforms that you can as well use to trade synthetics. Now each platform have their own synthetics assets. So every platform has their own synthetics asset. Okay, but the most common one is Deriv. We have the one from Headway. Headway is a broker, so that particular broker has their own synthetics pair they trade. Then we also have I've forgotten the name of this particular broker as well. They also have their own synthetics pair that runs 24/7. Okay, so the synthetics pair, synthetics in general runs 24/7. Okay, so it runs 24/7 and it doesn't sleep. So it's a kind of a market that does not sleep. Okay, so it runs 24/7. So now most of you have actually traded synthetics before, and then most of you have not traded synthetics before. Probably most of you don't also have any kind of strategy that you can use to trade synthetics. So in today's section, we're going to talk about how to probably I'm going to run through how to open an account, and then also synthetics pair, and then I will talk about strategies that I'm using to trade synthetics and how I'm actually trading synthetics. Okay, so it will expose you to the things that probably you know or you don't know how to go about it. And then also at the end of the section, if you have any question, you can also ask me. Okay, so if you are hearing me, just type Y at the comment section, or just send me Y, yes, that you are hearing me, or you can unmute yourself and let me know that you are hearing me, so that I'll know that yes, you guys are actually hearing me. Okay, so now also I want to make sure that my screen is also sharing. Okay, good. I hope you guys can as well see my screen. Yeah, so now we're going to go straight to the point. Now when it comes to synthetics trading, there are two things that you have to do. First of all, you need to get a broker that trades synthetics that you can open account with them, and secondly, you need to have something like a kind of a charting platform that you can use to analyze your asset. Okay, so you need two things. First of all, you need a broker. Okay, you need a broker, and then secondly, you need what? A charting platform that you can use to analyze the markets. Okay, so you need a charting platform. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys everything today, and also the strategy that you can as well use. And the last thing is the strategy. That is what you need. You need a broker, you need a charting platform, and a strategy. That is the three things that you need. So for the broker, like I said before in the beginning of this section, that we have so many brokers that offer trading synthetics. Okay, so one of the broker is called Deriv. So we're going to use Deriv in this example. So you go to your Google and type Deriv. Okay, so you go to Google and type Deriv. I'm actually going to drop the link on WhatsApp. So you go to deriv.com. If you click on deriv.com, you create an account. Okay, you create an account. I'm going to log into my dashboard because I've already opened account here, if that is not open already. So you go to deriv.com and then you create an account. Okay, so you're going to sign into an account. Okay, so once you open an account with Deriv, you sign up just the way you open your broker. You sign up and then you create an account and you fund an account. Okay, once you fund, then you will now create an MT5 account inside Deriv. So you create an MT5 account. Now Deriv have about, let me see if I can actually open one for you guys to see. They have about 3 or 4 types of accounts. So the recommended one I will suggest you guys to open is called swap free account, and I will explain. A swap free account is an account that you can open that will allow you to hold trade for more than more than 1 day without paying swap fee. Okay, now swap fee is the fee you pay based on the trade you are holding overnight. Okay, you pay interest on that particular trade you are holding. But if you are using a swap free account, you are not going to pay a commission on that particular asset you are holding. So you're not going to pay any kind of commission on that particular asset you are holding. So this is Deriv Synthetics. This is actually a demo account. So you have different types of accounts. You have the zero spread accounts. You have the zero spread accounts, and you have the swap free accounts. You have the zero spread account, the swap free account, and then also you have the gold, you have the financial zero spread standard. So the one I'll suggest you guys should open is the swap free account. So you click on open, and then you'll be able to generate your username and password. So you now go to MT5 account and log in on that. Okay, so let's talk about synthetic spare. Okay, let's talk about synthetic spare and how to, we've talked about opening a broker. So the next one is now charting platform. So the charting platform you're going to use is called Deriv. It's called charts.deriv.com. So I'm going to paste that right here. Okay, I'm going to paste that right here. Okay, charting platform. This is the charting platform you're going to use. Okay, so you're going to use the charting platform for your analysis. It's very important. So at any point in time you have any question, please use the chat icon to drop your question. Okay, so I can as well attend to that at the end of this section. So you go to this website. That is where you're going to go to, just the way you open your trading view account for trading currency pairs. The same thing with Deriv. So you go to this website, charts.deriv.com/Deriv. So you go here, and then you'll be presented with this kind of chart platform. Okay, so let's try that right now. Let me see if I can try that right now. Okay, so open a new tab, and then you go. So you allow it to load. Beautiful. So you'll be presented with this type of charting platform. So we have different type of assets that you can trade on Deriv. Okay, so to organize your charts, you come over here. You have your time frame, you have your indicator, you have your save chart, and then you have you can come here to search for different types of synthetic pair you can trade. I'm going to talk about that now. Let's set up our time frame. So for the time frame, you can actually favorite 24 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes. You can favorite them, the ones you use. Okay, and then also what you can as well do is to bookmark this link. You can bookmark this link. I'm using Brave browser, so it's easier for me. So just bookmark it so that if you want to come to this website again, you don't need to start typing it again. Just go to your bookmark and click on it to open. So that's what you can do to save you time. So that is that under time frame and saving the chart layout, saving the website. Now for synthetic pair, I'm going to recommend the ones that I trade. Okay, we have Volatility 10 1s, we have Volatility 10 index, we have Volatility 15 1s, 25 1s, 25, 30 1s, 50 1s, 50, 75 1s, 70. So just the way we have currency pairs like Euro USD, GDP USD, gold and rest of them, that's the same thing we have with Deriv synthetics. Okay, so what you can do is you can trade all these synthetic pair based on the strategy that you are trading. Now also on your MT5 account, you will also have access to all these you also have access to all the synthetic pair on your MT5 account. That's the same way you have that of the currency pairs. You will see them when you want to execute a trade. I'm going to show you guys in a second also. Now for saving charts, you can save chart layer. For instance, this is V25 1s. Okay, let's assume that you have a setup here. Okay, you have a setup and then probably you have marked a level and you're expecting price to be from here and you want to save it. So you click on save. If you click on save, you will type the name of the pair you are saving. Okay, in this instance now is V25 in there. So you type it and you click on save. Okay, so if you want to now bring out your save layout, you click on open layout. If you click on open layout, you can now be able to see all the saved currency synthetic pair that you have. So you'll be able to see all of them here. Okay, so for the sake of time, this video is recorded so that you can as well go back and watch it to understand what I'm explaining. So we've talked about how to open accounts, how to select broker, how to open your chart layout, how to save your layout. Now let's talk about the most important aspect of all of this, which is the strategy. Okay, so I've been trading synthetics for a very long time and I've traded all different strategies on synthetics. I've come across different concepts. So the one that have stood with me is swing trading with harmonics. Okay, and I'm going to go show you guys past trade and most of the things that have happened with all of these things. Okay, so now let's start off with like I told you guys that today is going to be exposure to the importance of strategy. If you really want to enjoy Deriv, you have to have a very good strategy that you are using, that at least you will have like 70 to 80% win rate. Okay, strike rate, like you have a very high win rate. That is how you can be able to milk Deriv synthetics very well with a very good strategy. So we have harmonics and then we have a harmonic indicator, okay, that we can as well use. Okay, now let's look at the trade that has happened in the past. Now this year, I'm going to move this to the top. I'm going to clear this here. Now this year, towards the end of this year, that is towards the end of last year, 2025, this is December 2025. Okay, those of you that has joined us on the WhatsApp group, then I sent out this signal. I sent out this trade analysis. Now look at where V25 index is right now. This was a setup I gave out around, I think I gave out around 6th of December, towards beginning of this year to end of last year, beginning of this year. I gave out this signal on V25 index. Okay, now this is how I was able to identify the setup. First of all, I saw this key level right here, and then secondly, I saw a valid harmonic pattern into that key level. There are two patterns here. Okay, there are two patterns here. The first one is this particular one, and the second one is this one that happened here, which we call the shark pattern. So these are the two harmonic pattern I was able to identify into that key level. Okay, now what I did was there are two types of entry I used here. I used both confirmation entry and then also aggressive entry at this zone. Okay, because one thing about harmonics is that once the Fibonacci ratio aligns perfectly with the key level, okay, this is the key level right here, and this is the Fibonacci ratio. Okay, so once these two things aligns perfectly well, you don't need to wait for any confirmation. Just place your entry at that point. Whatever price you want to do, let it do here. If it wants to hit your stop loss, fine and good. If it's also going to move in profit, you are in a better place. Instead of looking for entry on 1 minute time frame, sniper entry, you don't need to waste your time with all of those things. So you allow price to play how it's gonna play. Okay, so we're able to identify this setup here, and the beauty of harmonics is that once you've mastered how to take the measurement and how to identify the setup on the chart, it becomes smooth selling. Everything becomes as easy as ABCD. So now there were multiple entries here. The first entry achieved full targets here, okay, and then price came back again for the second test at the potential reversal zone. You guys will hear me talk about potential reversal zone often on this live. Okay, so now for that second one, it was done through confirmation entry. I think there was also a kind of a scaling on the lower time frame, if I'm not mistaken. There was a kind of a scaling on the lower time frame. I think that was something around here. Okay, let me see if I can identify that. Something like this. It was a kind of a crab, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I've thought about mother child formation also, where a setup will give us, okay, there was nothing like that here. It is not valid. And one good thing about harmonics is that if there is no harmonic pattern, there is no harmonic pattern. Okay, and the only thing that will lead you to identify a high probability harmonic pattern is that if you have a key level at that particular zone you are trying to look for setup. If there is no key level, there is no need of you looking for a harmonic pattern. There is no need. Key level gives you that conviction that there could be a setup within that particular zone. So if there is no key level, you don't need to bother yourself looking for harmonic pattern. It absolutely doesn't make sense, and you might actually hit stop losses and you don't know where to place your entries and stop loss because you don't have anything that will... Key level is like a magnet. Okay, so it was magnet to that particular zone, and then you use the knowledge of harmonic pattern to now, you know, place your entry, place your target and your stop loss. Okay, so there was no scaling here, there was no scaling here at all, right? So but then what happened was that this is where price is right now. So you see, the importance of trading harmonics and swing trading here is that it gives you time to do other things. Now look at price came here around 15th. First time was around 30th of October. Full target was achieved around 18th of November. It was like after like two weeks or 1 week. Now price came back again into potential reversal zone, stored here for a very long time. And when price begin to do this kind of thing, you will be able to see this kind of descending channel that price will begin to trade here. See, it created this type of descending channel. Okay, and then when price starts to stall here, it is not breaking low, it is not breaking high, it is stalling. Just know that that particular breakout is going to be very what massive. If it happens, it's going to be very massive, and that was what happened here. So I'm giving you guys like nuggets for you to understand that you have to, like, for instance, you are, let's say you just close from work and you are driving home. You know that you are driving home, but then you got to a junction or you got to a particular spot, you run out of gas, you run out of fuel. You have to go to the filling station to do what? To refuel. On getting to the filling station, you find out that there are other vehicles also that are on the queue. What happens? You have to wait for what? For your turn to get, for you to refill your vehicle to continue journey back home. Now the journey back home is this particular point. This is your home. This is where you're going to. You are returning home. This is your office. I want to use this thing now to explain everything for you guys. This is your office here. This is your office here. But this is where you are going to. Okay? I hope you guys can see my screen very well. Okay? This is where you're going to. Right? And this is your office. But you went up and I decided enough that you don't have enough liquidity. You don't have enough fuel to continue your journey back home. What happens? You do what? You slow back into this level to accumulate more orders. So whenever price is consolidating, is stalling, it is accumulating order for what? Expansion. It's the same thing that happens. So you are waiting for your own turn to get so that you can be able to refill your vehicle and then continue your journey back home. Right? Now, if you don't have this knowledge of where price is going to, you are going to make a lot of mistake here. You are going to blow your account here because of this consolidation, because you don't know where price is going to, because you are confused, because you don't have the knowledge. I'm even teaching the mentorship in this particular small video right now. You don't have the knowledge. You have not been exposed to all this concept, so you don't really know. So what will happen is that whenever you see price move up, you take your entry. If it moves down, you wait, you take a stop loss, it is a stop loss, you enter, you close, you come back, you close, you close entirely. You say, this trade is not for me. But what happens? It pushed all the way up. Now at this point of stalling stage, price is accumulating orders. Now if it's somebody that have the idea, have the knowledge, or let's assume that you know that yes, you need to get home, you have to be patient and wait for the vehicle to refuel and then continue your journey back home. So you will see that somebody that have passed through this stage, what the person will do is that the person will do what? Will be patient, right? Because he will even be like, he'll be rejoicing, he'll be happy because he knows where he is going. He knows where he is going. But for instance, if you don't know where you are going, that is when you make a mistake. So now, what happens? After like few days, price saw itself to this point. Now, how do you even know where you're going to? It is with the knowledge of what? Your strategy. Your strategy will give you that confidence to do what? To wait. Or your strategy will give you that confidence to do what? To wait or to do what? To close. Now, if you have a very good strategy, that is when you'll be rejoicing because you know that you're waiting for your vehicle to refuel to continue your journey back home. Now, how do you continue your journey back home? With the knowledge of what? Stop loss and target. Now, this is your ideal target. This could be your ideal target here because this is a shark pattern. So your ideal target could be like 886, right? So you are during this consolidation stage. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do absolutely anything because at this point in time, price is accumulating orders. It begins to do all manner of things, begin to trade up, trade down, a lot of things. If you go to Twitter, social media, you say BTC, BTC is this one, that. You calm down. You don't need to. You already know where you're going to. If this setup is not going to play well, it's going to definitely hit your stop loss, and it is fine. Remember, what gives us conviction and confidence in trading harmonic pattern is that it has happened before, just as it has happened here before. Now it is currently happening now, and it will happen again. Let me take that again. It has happened before, just as we saw now on V25 index. It is currently happening now, and it will happen again. So even if this one hits your stop loss, do not worry. Let it not deter you. Let it not bother you. Let it not make you feel confident. Let it not make you feel less of yourself trading harmonic pattern. Another setup will come, right? Another setup will come because of what? It has happened before. It is currently happening now, and it will happen again. So let it not even bother you because fresh swings are going to come. So you can see where price is right now, and full target has been achieved. You close your trade and then you go and rest. So now on the lower time frame, let me clean all of this. I I'm going to give room for question because I'm almost ending. On the lower time frame, from this point to this point, there were scaling trade. There were two entries here I had on the lower time frame based on key levels. I had two entry here. Now let's go to the 1 hour time frame. For those of you who will be asking, oh, is it only on higher time frame? No. Once the swing structure has been established, you can go to the lower time frame to look for what scaling trade based on harmonic pattern. Okay, so let's look at those setups. It was two. The first one was somewhere around here. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, the first one was somewhere around here. It was a classic bat pattern. Okay, this was the key level, and we had this classic bat pattern, something around here. It was a classic, so it came around 0.5 if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna take the measurement to see if that is actually accurate. Yeah, 0.5. Let me just remove this guy. Okay, let me remove this guy. Good. So it came around 0.5, 0.50, between 0.5 0.382, which is valid, right? At that 0.5 tested, and then you can see that 0.886 aligns perfectly with that key level, right? You can see. So entry was here. Okay, so this was the first scaling, and this one you cannot, instead of targeting the 0.618 of the full target of the bat, you can target the high because of what knowledge of structure, right? You had a break of structure here. So what are you anticipating? You know, we are actually predicting. We are just using past historical data to predict the future outcome of what price, right? So since price have broken structure to the upside and it has dropped back into this level, into this origin that broke structure, you are also anticipating another break of structure to the upside, right? Hope I'm communicating. If you are getting what I'm saying, please type Y on the chat box, on the chat icon, so that I know that you guys are actually understanding what I'm talking about. If you are grasping what I'm saying, please drop Y, drop yes, drop Y, so that I will know that you guys are actually flowing. Okay, so your stop loss is going to be a few pips below this point, and then you can see this was the first scaling trade we had after holding this swing. Okay, there was another scaling trade here too. Okay, this one missed. This one did not test, because let me check that measurement first of all. Okay, beautiful. This one missed. It didn't complete. It was a missed entry. It didn't come down to this point. But then there's another way you can take this trade based on confirmation. So sometimes when price drop to your potential reversal zone and end up not testing the potential reversal zone, okay, it ends up not testing the potential reversal zone, there are other ways you can as well, you know, take the trade also, right? So now this is what I mean by the fact that it didn't test. You can see it did not it test or it did not test. Let's look at that together. It did not. It missed it by a pip. It missed it by a pip. So this was another kind of scaling trade here also. You can see this one. Make sure that your structure is intact. Break of structure, price pull back again into this origin, right? For those of you that missed this live session today, you guys have missed too. And also for those of you that are going to join me from next month for the mentorship, of course you're going to learn how to do this thing very, very. You can see now, like I told you guys in the beginning, that it has happened in the past, it is currently happening now, and it will happen again. Please, don't allow one loss to discourage you. Don't allow one loss to discourage you, because it has happened before, it is currently happening now, and it will happen again. So please do not allow one loss to do or discourage you. Don't allow one loss to discourage you. Okay, so these are the scaling trade we had here, and there was this one is not valid. Was it valid? Let me check. I think this one, let me see. This is a key level. Okay, this is a key level here, and okay, no, what we can get here is butterfly pattern or crab, but I'm not sure this is butterfly, I'm not sure this is crab. This is what we can get here, butterfly or crab. I'm not sure we can as well get any of those things. Let me just see. This is 1 point, let me see, 0.786. okay, I can as well consider that to 0.786. Let me just remove these things. Okay, beautiful. And 1.272. now it missed it, so it is a pattern specific strategy. So 0.786 was not tested and price extended beyond 1.272 of the butterfly, so this setup is not what valid. As simple as that. So there was no trade here, and you can see, so it's not only on the higher time frame, even on the lower time frame you can get scaling trade as price continues to move to the what, to the final target of the what, of the swing, right? So let me take another example. Okay, let's look at the potential setups we have for this week on synthetics. Okay, this particular one has been holding here for a very long time. It has been holding here for a very long time, and this is V50 index, and this is what we call the bullish crab pattern. Unfortunately, I don't really know the key level that price came here to test, because that data is not available here. But on another platform like the CTrader or the MT5 platform, you'll be able to see the key level that price came here to test. Okay, now, but another way you can verify this is to wait for lower time frame key level to be created here, and then you look for entry. Okay, so price have been stalling here. It's been stalling here on the lower time frame. On the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, there is a setup I'm seeing here. It depends on what price does, right? I'm seeing this potential setup, something like this, but unfortunately the key level is not clean. The key level is not clean, so I'm not going to be looking for that, but I will see what price will do. This is a very good level of support that price broke from. So if this support holds, price could potentially break to the upside. So I'm still holding to see what price will do here. Let's see what price will do here. If this does not hold, then we'll accept the loss and then move on. Like I told you guys before, it has happened before, it is currently happening now, and it will happen again. Okay, so that is that on V50 index. V75 index, it seems that I closed early. I closed early on this trade. You guys followed me on this particular swing setup, right? So the primary targets for this is shark. The primary target is 0.886, which is actually at this key level up here. This is the final target of this swing up here, right? But I just closed because I have other trade I'm holding, and the account size is not big enough to hold all these swings, so I just have to do what, to close, right? But the ideal target is this 0.886. okay, and then I was also anticipating this scaling trade here, but unfortunately it missed. It didn't come back again into this level, so I will be removing this guy from here. So this is no longer valid. Okay, so now let's look at other ones. So I have good. I hope you guys are following up with the development of V101S. You can take this trade on a demo account. If you cannot take it on a live account, you can take it on a demo account. I love the way price is developing. From the estimate, it's going to take like 27 days, but now it has reduced to 22 days, 23 days. Let me see. It has reduced to 21 days. So from my second week of next month, we will know whether this setup will hold or not. But I love the way price is actually pushing to this potential reversal zone, and it's a very classic bullish bat pattern. So I hope you guys are following up with this trade. Also, most of you guys don't also know how to take my trade analysis. If I drop trade analysis, it does not mean that the trade analysis is going to hit entry at that point in time I'm dropping it. It could take like 1 or 2 or 3 weeks before price get to the area where it's supposed to buy or sell. All right, so if I drop the setup, what I will expect you to do is you go to your chart, you start monitoring the development of that particular trade opportunity. So you don't expect me to come back again and then remind you to take the trade or not to take it, because I've already given you the trade idea. So I expect you to do what, to keep it closer to you, monitor the development, and know when the price have gotten to the point where we are supposed to buy or sell. So that's what I expect you guys to do. All right, and for your trade management, it's based on your knowledge of the understanding of what you are doing. Okay, you can decide to close, you can decide to hold based on how you understand how to trade. So over time you begin to learn how to manage your trade. Okay, so that is that on this particular V100 1S. I have another one on this was also a very successful trade opportunity that happened beginning of this year. Beautiful trade. It has happened before, right? So these are the things that is beautiful to see. I've thought about this guy, V100 index. I'm also looking at this V100 index also. This is an alternate bat of 1.13 0.382. So I'm also monitoring this development of V100 index also into this key level. Okay, so keep track of that also. And then step index, I have something on step index, but then I don't really know, but let's see how that goes. Now you can see this was also a trade analysis set up on step index. All right, this one was very fast and it was very clean, right? It was very fast and it was very clean. Okay, so okay, let me see. It was very fast and it was very clean, right? Good. So now it has happened before and then it will still happen again. All you have to do, understand the importance of this. Is a key level right here, and I love this key level. I'm going to check if we have anything into this key level, probably a bat or kind of a gatly into this. I'm going to check. If I see that, I'll let you guys know. Now look at this beautiful setup. This is what we call deep crab of 0.886, right? This is a deep crab of 0.886 1.618. Deep crab of 1.618 0.886, right? Price pushed into that 1.618 and then we got a rejection to the upside. Now this was done with confirmation to this point, right? Price came back again and entry was what? Triggered, and then you can see where we are right now. Full target has already been achieved because full target is at 0.618 from this point to this point, right? 0.618 is the full target. Okay, 0.618 is the full target from here to this point. So this is the full target that has been achieved here. From this point to this point is the full target and it has been achieved. So when price, of course, trade management is for those who are joining the mentorship. You understand how to manage your trade when you are trading harmonics, right? We'll teach you how to place stop loss, how to measure, identify these harmonic patterns on the chart, and then how to place your stop loss, how to manage your trade. Okay, now do I have any other thing? Okay, I have something on jump. I have something on jump 50. Yes. If you're watching my videos, there's a name I call this type of setup. There's a particular name I call this type of setup. I call it the mother-child formation, right? The mother-child formation, where this is the child pattern, which is the scaling trade, and this one is the what? The swing trade analysis. So everything here looks very clean. I love what is happening here. I love what is happening here. So trading is a patient game, it's a waiting game. So we'll have to wait and then we'll have to be patient and then see how price develop. Okay, so but then this is jump 50 index. Go to your chart, keep all these tabs, go back and watch this video, keep monitoring it. I may not talk about this setup again. All right, I may not talk about them again, right? Because I can't keep up with everything. I may not talk about them again. So it's now left for you to do what? To go to your chart and then keep monitoring the development of the setup to know if there's going to be a trading opportunity or not. Okay, so and jump 25, do I have anything there? I didn't actually cut this on time. I saw it, that was on Thursday last week. That was when I saw this. Don't worry, I'm already rounding up. So once I'm done, you can ask your questions. Okay, just keep your questions coming, just keep your questions with you. Once I'm done right now, we'll enter into the question part. Okay, so this is I didn't actually take this trade, right, because I didn't see it on time. Okay, I didn't actually see it on time. But if price can come back again into this other block, you can look for re-entry. This is jump 25 index. Okay, this is jump 25 index, and then the last one is Yeah, that's all. So these are all the setup I have. Go back, rewatch the video, keep track of all the whole pairs. Like I said before, it has happened before, it is currently happening now, and it will happen again, and nobody can stop it. So let's one loss, let it not make you to lose faith, not to to keep track of, or to keep trading, or to keep following the strategy. So if you have questions, please ask, so we can be able to round off this section. It has been an amazing section this evening. So if you have any question, please ask right now. If you have any question, please ask.
So can you please go back to that John 50?
John 50.
I've actually been buying it before. John 50. Yes.
This one. Okay,
yes,
ask your question.
I've been buying it, but right now it's selling. I don't know what, because it has given, at least that's giving a confirmation buy on daily.
Okay,
So,
you know that I don't trade randomly, and I trade based on harmonics. So if I don't see any harmonic setup, I don't engage. So whichever strategy you are trading, if you are seeing a buy, you can go ahead and take the buy, right? So I'm only showing you guys based on how I trade and based on what I trade. So if you have any confirmation for a buy based on how you trade, then fine and good, you can go for it. But this is what I'm seeing based on what I've been discussing, based on what I've been telling you guys from the beginning of this section. Let me even look at something here. Let me look at something also. Let me look at, I don't want to go into that because it's going to take a lot of time, but then like I said before, it's based on how you trade. Okay, it's based on how you trade. Now this is what I'm seeing, because I have, first of all, I have a magnet. I told you guys that key level is the magnet, right? I have a magnet here, and that magnet is a key level, and inside that key level there is a valid harmonic pattern that aligns perfectly with that key level. Okay, so this is a classic, it should be a classic bat pattern. Yeah, it's a classic bat pattern. So let me even remove this one also. So this is what I'm seeing here. Beautiful. So if you are seeing a buy, go ahead and take it. All right, so for people that are trading harmonics, this is what I'm seeing, right? So that is just it. Nice. Is there any question? I hope you got what I'm saying, ba? Hope you got my explanation. Is there another question? Is there any other question? Please, if you have a question, please ask, so that I'll round off this section. We can call it a day. Okay, yeah, I thank you guys for joining me in today's section. I really appreciate you guys. And if you are considering joining the mentorship starting up next month, you have like 2 days left, and I'm gonna be very serious with the registration. There is no, once the 31st of this month reaches, the registration is over, so we can be able to start off the mentorship. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort, both me and the participants. Okay, so I don't want a situation where I'm into the mentorship and somebody else wants to join. No, it doesn't work that way, because I really need to make sure I give those who have signed up the opportunity for them to also learn, because I've already drawn up the course curriculum and every month what we're going to be discussing. So thank you guys for joining me. This will be all for now. So this video is recorded. I'll post the recording version on the WhatsApp group, and then also the trade setups, I'm going to post them on the WhatsApp group. And this will be all for now, guys. I wish you guys all the best, and then bye for now. Have a wonderful trading week, and then bye for now, guys.